Hi, I'm Gerald, and I'm going to tell you about my times at Evo. But first, a brief history about the largest fighting game tournament in the world, so stay a while and listen. The Evolution Championship Series used to be called Battle by the Bay and was founded in 1996 by the Cannon brothers, Joey Cuellar, and Seth Killian. It was basically a way to find out who the best player was in Street Fighter, and let's face it, to settle a 90s internet argument.
By the time I got to college, the internet had sort of picked up a little bit of steam. I found people around the world who had the same bad attitude that I did. They were like, "Oh, I'm the best." And you're like, "Shut up, I'm the best."
The 40-man tournament gradually grew, changing its name to Evolution, and added non-Capcom fighters like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, expanding its scope towards becoming the premier fighting game tournament. In 2004, the year of Moment 37, they switched from arcade cabinets to consoles, to the consternation of many purists. This was likely because the increase in attendees would have required more cabinets, which were becoming rare as arcades were slowly dying. CRTs are a pain to carry, but just imagine lugging one of these around. In 2006, Capcom offered its first show of official support to the tournament by putting in $1,000 to the pot prize of Street Fighter III Third Strike. And in 2009, EVO would hit over 1,000 participants, riding on the revival of the fighting genre thanks to Street Fighter IV. My first time to EVO would be in 2013, which is significant because this was the year Smash Melee would return to EVO in record numbers, solidifying the franchise as part of the EVO lineup for many years. If you look closely, you can see me here with Ida watching some streamed matches from the floor. The first thing I noticed when entering the event space was the sheer number of recognizable faces in the community. Unlike the finals of a traditional sporting event, or even Capcom Cup, all the key players come because it's an open tournament where everyone has to work their way up through pools. This means you see groups from countries from all over the world, even Norway.
I'm from Norway. I'm originally Iranian. My parents are Iranian, but I was born and raised in Norway. Personally, I don't really think about that too much, about carrying a certain part of the world or like country, continent, or whatever. But it's good that the better I do, the better reputation Norway and Europe gets.
But not only is there a huge diversity of players, but a diversity of games. Games like Guilty Gear are unlikely to be featured at Capcom Cup and Genesis, which, like .esports contributor Ace King Off Suit has mentioned, makes EVO like the Olympics of fighting games. The vast number of represented countries and games means you'll see some really rare matches going on, like Street Fighter player Punko playing Nii in Tekken in the semifinals. That Akuma crossover really worked. Hats off to Namco. While you can just watch the projected matches which appear on stream, there's so many crazy games that go off stream that you have to hunt for them in the venue, and sometimes outside the venue in hotel rooms where you'll have the salty suite. Along with the matches, there are booths that promote games, sell gaming goods, and even artwork. You can get some really cool stuff you can't find anywhere else, and it makes the tournament double as an expo for fighting games. If you like socializing, it's a great place to meet new people, and even network if you're in the industry. I met a guy who had a stick with a beer holder in it, for example. Pure genius. However, at the time, I wasn't competing, I didn't have this channel, and I didn't really know anyone. But this allowed me to just be a fan, enjoy the show, and get pictures taken with some of my favorite players. I also got to see the finals of nearly every game, and it was the first time I really understood the meaning of hype. But having been to EVO once put things into perspective at my second EVO in 2016, which happened a couple of weeks ago. And it was a very different experience because I went in as a walking billboard for this channel. I got to meet a lot of you guys, which was surprising, flattering, confusing, and awesome at the same time. This time around, I actually competed, and the eventual Street Fighter V EVO champ Infiltration was cheering me on, which made me look like I had an overpowered coach. But I can assure you it was just encouragement. I made it to third place in my first pool and got eliminated by a watcher of this channel, Charles. Of course, the biggest difference at this EVO was that the finals on Sunday were played at Mandalay Bay, and the Street Fighter Top 8 was being shown on ESPN for the first time, which was really surreal when you saw it being rebroadcasted at diners and restaurants. This was unthinkable when I was there 3 years ago. But one thing that stayed the same was that I was still there as a fan. That and the finals were done side by side. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for the second part of this video where I talk about my thoughts on EVO 2016 in 360 degrees.